It's their life. What are you gonna do? Um, Other than that, I mean, there wasn't really anything that went on in this Impact. Uh, I mean, I would love to sit here and tell all the fans out there to watch next week because this or that. If no, I don't know why you would watch next week. I don't know why I'm gonna watch next week, but I know I am.
You have to watch it just to see if they're gonna mess it up any more than they possibly can.
Uh,
They had an X Division match with Kazarian and Robbie E, which didn't go nowhere.
I like Robbie E. I just think not right now. But I would like to see the X
And
Division.
this was a title match, which ended in a disqualification from his manager, Cookie.
It happens.
And
But
the knockout match. We have to talk about this knockout match because this knockout match was one of the worst endings I've seen in TNA in a very long time. Earl Hebner has been a referee for however long.
Hefner, huh?
And the match is going, it's okay at the start. It's a big botch fest after that. Rosita, first time I actually seen her work, and she just jobbed basically for the beautiful people. I didn't see her do one move at all. And at the end of the match, basically, Sarita puts her legs on the rope, pins Velvet Sky, but Earl Hebner is looking at her with her legs on the rope while he's counting. And that ends the match. And then now it's Sarita versus Velvet Sky, and if Velvet Sky loses, that's her career. That's what they're doing with that.
And where was Mickey James?
I don't know. She was not on the show tonight.
Neither were the Motor City Machine Guns.
Madison Rain, their champion, did about a 30-second promo with Victoria, whatever her name, Tara, I guess now you can call her.
Also tonight we saw the return of a one Tracy Brooks, and I could have sworn that I had heard that her and Kazarian got divorced, but
Don't look
they
like
did
it.
not. They didn't look too divorced to me backstage. I don't exactly know in what type of capacity she'd be returning in, but it looks like she'll have an active role uh, with Robbie E and Kazarian. Um, I guess she'll start a feud with Cookie or Becky Bayless, who's rated one of the top indie female wrestlers in the country right now. And I don't really think I've had a chance to see her work
I've never seen her
in
work.
TNA just yet. Have you?
At all. I've never seen her work at all.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. So I definitely like to see what she brings to the table, um, especially with Tracy Brooks, who's definitely been in it for a long time and definitely experienced. Maybe not as skilled, but definitely experienced. So, um, time will tell what the future holds for that whole thing. Um, what else do you really want to talk about TNA Impact? Ric Flair comes back and turns his back on Fortune and Mortal.
Seen
Um,
that though. That was a dead giveaway.
you did mention you thought it was a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous mic check on Eric Bischoff.
It was pretty good for what it was. I mean, since Eric Bischoff can't take a bump for crap, I mean, it was pretty good. Um, yeah, they put a lot of focus on Mr. Anderson tonight. I don't know why they're pushing him now after he lost the belt.
Well, it seems that maybe it was just me, but tonight's main event for Impact, it was Ken Kennedy or Ken Anderson, Mr. Kennedy, special guest referee for Rob Van Dam's rematch uh, for a shot back at the heavyweight title versus champion Jeff Hardy. Um, and when we were watching this match, Jason, the only thing I could think of is these are all three drug addicts that Vince McMahon has fired, and TNA has turned one man's trash into their treasure, putting them all in the main events in the number one contender in the title picture against each other, and they've all gotten fired for the same reason. Uh, in Jeff Hardy's last run with Vince McMahon, um, it was just a contract issue. He didn't want to re-sign back as a free agent, and that's fine. But previously, they had released him because of drugs, and I guess every other kind of drama that comes along with Jeff Hardy. Of course, Ken Anderson, Ken Kennedy, whatever you feel like calling him right now. Very injury prone. Always hurt. Always hurt. And, they book him for the next WrestleMania, the next year. And then they fire him.
Well, he stole Bob Holly's pills, so.
Yeah, well, when you're backstage with Sparkplug and you got some pills.
And make sure Chavo's not around you, because he'll spill. Watch out for that.
And then, of course, Rob Van Dam, at the height of his career, was suspended and dropped both the WWF and ECW belts. One on Monday Night Raw, the other on Tuesday Night ECW. For what? Driving down the highway and getting busted with drugs and Sabu's in the car with you.
You don't have to say any more about that.
That was it. No, I don't have to say anything else about that. So, and so these three technically failures have now found a new home in the misfit land that is TNA, where anybody can do anything, and these somewhat three newcomers to TNA, even though Jeff Hardy did have an earlier run a few years ago back, are in the like I said, the main event title picture, number one contenders. And all the guys that were there before them, like Jay Lethal, was not even on Impact tonight. He was nowhere to be found.
Jay Lethal is one of the most saddest wrestlers in TNA. He's been there from the very start.
Yep.
He's lost he has that X Division title like 6-7 times.
A lot, yeah.
I think his longest run was a month. That's sad. That's sad. Everyone else in that company will never get a break with all these has-been drug addict wrestlers.
Misfits.
That can't work. They're just going to hurt each other. They're just going to hurt someone, hurt themselves.
Right, then they'll sit on the shelf for a little while.
And your champion is going to go to jail for at least 45 days, at least. That's who you're putting your face to your company, Jeff Hardy. Really?
Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
And now you're going to have Hulk Hogan come back, which what is he going to do? Ric Flair, TNA is going to kill Ric Flair. TNA is going to put Ric Flair in the ground.
Hogan!
This man just tore his rotator cuff. He's drinking liquor. He's going to kill himself before anything.
Oh, there you go. You want a reason to watch TNA next week? AJ Styles versus Ric Flair.
All right. Yep.
There's a reason.
Yep.
I forgot all about that.
Yep.
Honestly, we can sit here and talk about how bad TNA is for all night, really. Until I pass out, I can go on and on about this. Final thought on Impact. What would you rate it?
If I was giving it, gotta get a rating, a TV rating, I would give it a 1.1 probably. The usual rating. Nothing special happened. Nothing changed.
Out of 4 stars, I would give it 2.
You're being pretty lenient, but I don't like it.
It was just an Impact that nothing went on.
That's usually how it always is. But
you know.
March 3rd is the next big TNA Impact, so we'll probably do a show on that one. We'll do a show on next week.
Also next week, you can check back. We're going to do a rumors and news kind of show. Again, thank you for listening. Hit the subscribe button. And I think that's really about it. Until next time, this is the following contests, and that is our Impact Report.